Saint Raymond of Peñafort, priest, Dominican scholar, and guardian of church law, priest, Dominican friar, canon lawyer, second Master General of the Order of Preachers, background and birth. Saint Raymond of Peñafort was born around 1175 in Serret, in the county of Barcelona, Spain. From an early age, Raymond showed remarkable intelligence, dedication to learning, and a deep love for God. Coming from a devout Christian family, he received a solid formation in both faith and classical studies, preparing him for a life of service to the Church. Education and early priesthood. Raymond pursued studies in canon law, eventually becoming an expert in the Church's legal system. He was ordained a priest and quickly gained a reputation for wisdom, prudence, and holiness. His dedication to justice and the rights of the Church marked him as a distinguished theologian and advisor to bishops and even the kings of Aragon, joining the Dominicans, although already advanced in age. Raymond felt called to religious life and entered the order of preachers Dominicans around 1222, during the lifetime of Saint Dominic. He embraced the Dominican ideals of preaching, study, and community life, bringing his vast legal and theological knowledge to bear for the good of the order and the wider Church. Contributions and leadership. Raymond became the second Master General of the Dominican Order, succeeding Saint Dominic's immediate successors. In this role, he strengthened the order's structure, promoted the rigorous study of theology and canon law, and guided the friars in their missionary and preaching work. He is perhaps best remembered for his canonical scholarship. Raymond compiled the Decretals of Gregory IX, a fundamental collection of church law that served as a central reference for centuries. This monumental work demonstrates his deep commitment to justice, order, and the proper governance of the Church, holiness and devotion. Saint Raymond was known not only for his intellect but also for his personal holiness. He lived a life of simplicity, prayer, and humility. He was deeply devoted to the care of souls, the study of Scripture, and the spread of the gospel through preaching. Even in leadership, he remained approachable, kind, and attentive to the needs of the friars and the faithful. Saint Raymond of Peñafort died in 1275 at the remarkable age of 90, leaving behind a legacy of holiness, scholarship, and faithful service to the Church. His long life of devotion and wisdom earned him widespread veneration among his contemporaries and future generations of Dominicans and faithful Christians. Canonization and legacy. Raymond of Peñafort was canonized in 1601 by Pope Clement VIII. He is venerated as a model of priestly holiness, intellectual rigor, and dedication to the Church. His work in canon law, leadership in the Dominican order, and devotion to preaching and pastoral care have inspired generations of clergy and laity. Lessons from the life of Saint Raymond of Peñafort. Holiness is compatible with learning. Intellect and faith together serve God's people. Service through law and justice. Canon law can be a tool to protect souls and the Church. Leadership with humility. True authority flows from service and care for others. Lifelong dedication. Age is no barrier to growth, service, or holiness. Devotion to the Church, prayer, study, and action are inseparable in faithful ministry. Question for meditation: how can I use the talents, knowledge, and skills God has given me to serve others with wisdom, humility, and love, following the example of Saint Raymond of Peñafort?